We rolled out of camp with the last drops of morning rain still clinging to our bikes. Tina stayed behind, nursing her leg from the day before. It was just Charles, Mike, and myself headed out for the last day of riding in the Black Hills. The plan was simple: carve our way through the sweeping curves of Spearfish Canyon, make a couple of stops, then push on to the What's Up Wyoming route, an easy route that my brother had done last year. As we make our way into Spearfish Canyon and the rugged canyon walls begin to close in, the world narrows to jagged cliffs rising on either side. The creek runs beside us, making its way towards the bottom of the canyon. Around one bend, a small cluster of mountain goats rest just across the creek at the base of the canyon wall, their white coats bright against the dark stone. We pulled over at Bridal Veil Falls, its steady ribbon of water spilling down the rock face. The air is cool, the canyon quiet but alive, and each sweeping curve reveals another striking view. Towering walls, deep shadows, and a road that seems like it was made just to ride. It felt good to turn off the main route and leave most of the traffic behind. The ride through this stretch of the canyon was every bit as beautiful. Towering cliffs, winding curves, and a creek never too far from view. Tina and I had first stumbled upon this road a couple of years ago while staying at the Spearfish Canyon Lodge for our anniversary. Once we passed the Dances with Wolves film site, the road opened up, quiet, empty, and all ours for a while. The landscape changed. The views opened up, trading steep canyon walls for rolling hills and wide stretches of sky. The creek fell away behind us, giving way to open meadows framed by pine-covered hills, and the road seemed to relax right along with us.
Okay, I have a signal here. I'm going to try to get it to follow me, but I know the right way from here.
Oh, we're back on the track, right here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I couldn't tell if he was saying, "Get your camera ready, there's a Bigfoot up ahead," or "I need to swap out my camera battery before we keep going." Either way, I was more concerned with peeling off a few layers. It was getting warm. Definitely got cows in the area.
Yeah. Like I told him last year, it was right there, back there where we turned right. There's all kinds of them. You take that corner. And
Was that one cow right in front of you?
Yeah, it darted right in front
That's
of me.
what I thought. A calf. Ugh.
I was prepared for it, but it still made me go, shit.
Yep.
I was glad his little buddy didn't fall on it, because I probably would have hit that one.
we missed a lot of good on that road before we turned right.
Uh-huh.
Of course, we had a lot of good by cutting through where we cut through.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah, we stayed at that campground, that Timon campground.
Yeah.
And up above there's a cave. If you climb up that hill up to the right, there's a cave up there. It's got a cool window. The Wyoming stretch of the route carried us back into another canyon, wider, more open, but still framed at times by rugged cliffs that stood like sentinels on the horizon. It was the kind of ride that pulled your eyes in every direction, each turn offering a new angle of the beauty unfolding around us. Other riders were out here too, soaking in the same wide-open wonder that stretched all around us. It was time for another break. Time to rest the hands, rehydrate, and enjoy the coolness of a little shade. The day was warming up fast, and these pauses weren't just necessary, they were part of the adventure. A chance to breathe, to look around, and to let the place truly sink in. And then the trees began to disappear, giving way to open grasslands. Expansive views stretched in every direction, the horizon wide and inviting. Our steel horses carried us down the same historic streets ridden by the likes of Wild Bill Hickok and Calamity Jane. And much like the days when the streets were truly wild,
They got that gunfight going on.
we found ourselves turned back by a gunfight in the street. The miles behind us felt full. Canyons, grasslands, history, and wide skies that seemed endless. It had been a ride worth remembering, one of those days that stitched itself into the story of why we ride at all. But even the best rides have a way of turning. And by the end of the day, a new question hung over us. How are we going to get Tina home?